Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another What I Eat in a Day video. Thank you so much for joining me today for a fantastic day of food. So, I'm just about to have breakfast, I'm just about to go on my run. I have my running gear on underneath my jumper. I'm just trying to stay cozy because it's absolutely freezing. I've just got back from the coldest school run I've done in a long time. It's really cold today. Not amazingly looking forward to my run today just because I'm feeling a bit tired and run down, but I feel like I'll always feel better once I've had a run. You'll never regret a run, even if you don't do as well as you'd hoped, or you don't run as far, or your pace isn't as quick. You'll never regret just getting out in the fresh air. So I'm going to go anyways, but first I'm going to get on with making some breakfast. And because my run is long today, it's 28 minutes long non-stop, I'm going to have some Weetabix, because the last time I ran for 28 minutes, which wasn't intentional, I was supposed to run for 25, but my app paused and I ended up running for 28, nearly 29. So I know I can do today by happy accident, but I remember that I had Weetabix for my breakfast and I felt really energized and it went quite quickly. So I'm going to repeat it today, even though Weetabix isn't my favourite. And also, these are 2 points per biscuit, or 2 points for the whole cereal, which is incredible. It's slow releasing, gives me energy. I will check to give you guys an accurate point value just in case, but I remember when I checked these last time, I was shocked by just how low they were in regards to their points. So for 2 biscuits or 2 pieces, which is pretty standard, it's 4 points. There's 2 points per biscuit, which again I think is incredible. So I'm going to make those with a cup of tea. And then for dinner tonight, it's Friday, it's Andrew Friday, and he is making, with my help, some homemade lamb steak burgers. So it's going to be a mixture of lamb and steak mince, and we're going to make some really beautiful gourmet burgers with melted cheese and mayo and ketchup, and it's going to be delicious. I'm having those with french fries, so a really nice way to end a Friday, and I hope you all enjoy it. I'll pop any recipes that I have in the description along with what I'm wearing. Of course at the moment I'm just in my running gear, but anything else that I wear throughout the day I will try and link, along with nail polish and bits of makeup and that kind of thing. I'm actually trying a new foundation today and I like the way it looks. It's nice and fresh. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to get on with my breakfast. Hope you enjoy it, and let's go for the day. It went really well. I actually ran for 29 minutes. Do not ask me how I did it. I honestly do feel like Weetabix really does help me to run. It's mad. I don't really enjoy the taste of them. I persevere with it just because I find it gives me the energy that I need. But yeah, I'm just about to have a meeting with my accountant, and that's via Zoom, so I don't have to go anywhere. I'm going to go and log onto my computer now, and then I'll come back and we will have our lunch. I'm actually going to have a coffee at the moment. Sometimes I have it in the afternoon, but actually I feel like I want one now, and I'll probably just have another brew later. Really struggling to get warm after my run. This is literally the warmest cardigan I own. It's mega heavy. I have a long sleeve top underneath it, and I've got my scarf on. Oh my goodness, it is absolutely freezing. So I popped into the kitchen to make lunch, and because I'm so cold, and as I mentioned before, I want something warm, so I'm going to have a toasted cheese ciabatta. So I have these beautiful ciabatta breads here, which I got from Marks & Spencer's. They are delicious. They actually have olives in them, which I'm not a huge fan of olive, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to take out the big ones where I can, but the taste is really lovely, and I really like the texture as well. So I'm going to be having one of those with cheese and some fig as well. So this is actually quite a nice nod to the festive season, because fig is a really lovely thing to have as a savoury option and not just a sweet. Normally when I have fig, I tend to have it in biscuits, or I'll have it in porridge, or I'll have it, you know, in cupcakes or cakes or dessert, or just eat it simply as a fruit. But I've been really enjoying it as a savoury option. So I'm going to take out the big olives that I can see, because honestly, I know I mention this frequently, but I am just not an olive person. I really don't like it. I love my olive oil, but when it comes to actual olives, I cannot stand them. So baby, what you trying to say? Lately all I want is you on top of me. You know where your hands should be. So baby, won't you come show me? I got you dreaming. Close your eyes, I am screaming. Play with your mind for no reason. I know you love her teasing. What a sight. A melted cheese and fig ciabatta. Delicious. I'm going to go and enjoy. I'll pop the point value of this in the description box down below for those of you that are interested. but honestly, this just looks like the most comforting and delicious sandwich. And to go alongside a trusty Coke Zero, would it be anything else? I almost forgot my crisps then. I pretty much can't have a sandwich without some form of crisp. So I'm going to have my M&S chili cheese or chili manchego cheese crisps. These are about 5 points. I'm just going to eyeball it with how much I want. I'm starving after my run today, so I might even have a few extra if I'm honest, just to fill up my plate. Now time to make the burgers, which Andrew is doing, but I just wanted to quickly talk you through the ingredients. So we have some bacon here, of course, pretty standard. We have a mixture of lamb mince here and beef mince as well. We just like the flavour. We think they both add a nice enhancement to the recipe. When you use just the one, it's nice, but when you infuse them together, it creates a whole new depth of flavour that we really enjoy, and also the texture is quite different as well. So we're going to be combining that in a moment. We also have some salt and pepper here, some breadcrumbs which I have just made in the processor from a stale loaf that we have. Breadcrumbs are essential in a burger, so do not skip on those. 2 cloves of garlic. These are not very big cloves, to be honest, you don't need much. A handful of fresh parsley. Because we can't really be bothered chopping up an onion super fine, we're just going to be putting in some red onion chutney because we want that caramelly flavour, but we don't want to have red eyes today. We're giving ourselves a break. We also have some Dijon mustard, again, which adds a lovely flavour. It's not spicy at all. In fact, it's quite mild and sweet, and it just adds a lovely richness to the meat. We also need 1 egg yolk for binding, and we are going to be adding a little bit of tomato puree for flavour as well.
To ignore you, when must you make me laugh so much? Is that enough? We get along so well. Just say goodnight and go. Say goodnight and go. Just say
yeah. We're going to leave the burgers to rest now, and we're going to put some fries in, and then we'll put the bacon in a little bit later on.
High five. So our burgers have gone into rest, as Andy said. We're just popping some fries in now. And then what we're going to do, because our burgers are quite big, we're not having doubles today, we're having big singles. We're going to do them part on the grill on the top, in the griddle pan, and then we're going to pop them in the oven to crisp up and make sure that they're cooked in the middle, just because Andrew doesn't really like a medium rare burger. That would be fine for me, but Andrew prefers like well done meat. So we're going to pop them in the oven to finish. And they smell delicious already. I'm actually really excited. This is the first time he's made homemade burgers, and I think you'll agree that the shape of them is very impressive. He's just used his hands, he's not used a burger mold at all, and I think he's done really well. We also have some lovely brioche buns to go with it, which I will get the tracker out and we can see the point value of these. Whilst the burgers are resting, I thought I would put a very quick burger sauce. Now normally you would put gherkins in this. I actually don't eat gherkins, so I never have them in. I'm not a mad fan of them. But I'm going to do it without, so I'm going to use a bit of mayo. I like to do this by eye, but feel free to get a recipe up. But I've made this a ton of times, and to be honest, I kind of go off the colour as opposed to the flavour. So you want some mayo in here, and with that you want to add some Dijon mustard, or you could add English mustard. It really just depends on your taste preference for the intensity. It really doesn't matter which one you use. And then you want to add some ketchup. And then mix it all together until you get a really creamy, orangey kind of sauce, which is typical of what you would see at a burger place or a restaurant. When they serve you a burger, you tend to have this peachy coloured sauce on there, and it's actually really easy to recreate. I'm a big fan of the McDonald's Big Mac sauce. I've never managed to master it, but I'm sure there are loads of recipes out there if you prefer something classic like that. But again, the only thing this is really missing is some kind of shredded gherkin. I thought I would give you guys a point value for the muffins. Now you can get much more point friendly muffins than a brioche, but again, I like to give you guys an accurate representation of what I'm eating. But again, it's worth noting that I am not you know, I'm not tracking, I'm maintaining my weight. So these are actually 9 points per bun. Or it's 9 points for 70 grams. That actually seems quite high for one bun. So I'm going to get it out and measure it and see what this is in grams, because there's no way that weighs 70 grams. So it would make more sense if this was around 6 or 7 points for a brioche, because obviously there's butter in a brioche. So let's just get that measured. Oh, actually it is, it's 75. So an accurate point value, guys. I'm going to eat it anyway. As you know, I went on an epic run today. I'm not pointing, but there are much friendlier muffins out there when it comes to WWE. Bacon is going to give not only a nice caramel flavour but a lovely sugary texture as well.
Baby, say goodnight and go. Wanna say goodnight. Say goodnight.
And he's even washing up, as you can see in the background. He did really well. Those burgers, not only were they perfect shape, but also they tasted amazing. I would actually say they were just as good as the burgers that I make, to be quite honest. So I'm really happy with those. They were delicious. I don't really know the point value. I gave you the value for the muffin. The cheese was 3 points a slice. The burgers were 4 points for the patties. For the smaller ones, and for the larger ones that Andrew and I had, you're looking at about 7 to 8 points, because they had a mixture of lamb and beef mince. So I would actually say about 6 points, because beef steak doesn't amount to much. So yeah, and the chips were 6 points. So really delicious, great for a fake weight, great for a weekend, a nice treat. We really enjoyed them. So I'm going to put the recipe that we use, our own recipe, in the description box down below, because it's kind of just one that we've made up and we really enjoy it. So check that out if you want to see it. But we're going to go, so thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you'd like to see more of these from me, especially featuring this one here. Andy, you did good, you did really good. And we'll see you in the next one.